Not on its way? No, I don't have one. It's the only one I will give you something else, but I don't.
You're gonna cut this out, right? Surely.
No, of course
we're
not.
gonna
It was
keep
like we ordered the stuff and we don't know yet if it will come and everything.
That's fine. Ready?
It's already started,
Yeah,
so
sure.
big welcome to you all to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta. And who is this? We don't know, like we haven't seen this guy.
Yeah, and I've been lost for ages, but I found myself back in the game again, and it's old debits die hard, so we had to bling again. Well.
Exactly. So his name is Blazing Paladin, so he always play paladins. Yes.
Yes, but now we have a three guy here, so oh well.
Okay, Chris, what do you have for us today?
And grade 10 in the deck, but we're gonna play actually Drajeweled.
Ooh,
yeah, that's fine.
interesting choice. Tell us a little bit about this deck before we do that deck.
Well, I actually found the aesthetics very nice when I saw it with the trial deck. Like the ability, the dust ability was something like, oh, you have to think differently, and actually find the deck a bit of a noob trap since people don't know how to guard against it. Which gives options to play against it, which gives more fuckery with my opponent, and I like that, so that's why I play it.
All right. So yeah, let's go first fast through the deck, and then go back and explain stuff, what you could take out, what you could put in, and also just the cards in general.
So first for the right line.
Yep.
The starter. I like this one. He's my best friend. Chose the Echo Kit. Then Jewel Core for the attack. Easy hit and swing. We can get it back into the soul after it's done its job. It's safe. Jewel Needle, still a safe card. We kind of need it for the soul charge and the draw card for the Drajeweled. Otherwise, we might have to change it around. But since there are no other options, yeah. And then one big boss, Drajeweled, also very blingy. I like this card a lot. It's two abilities, very basic. But so efficient. On attack, Soulless 4 different grades. Reset your opponent to 0 to 1. Since even if they hit a trigger in the first 1 or 2 attacks, you can still reset it. OTs are nullified. It's perfect. First skill to counterblast 1 to soul charge 2. A bit of an iffy, but it's a risk I like to take. It can power up my Swordless, get cards into the soul. I really like it. It's not the most efficient, but I really like playing this card. Yeah, I had to bling it out since why have saved savings when you can have pretty cards? Yep. So we go to the deck pretty fast. So to complete our main deck for Drajeweled, we play 3 additional Drajeweled. Thank you, Ramon, for this. Then up next for the tech card, 1 Drajeweled. We can play Grade 4 Bruce, but I like this one more. The only reason why you play it is you have something with Cat to get into the soul. It's free. So hopefully you see it early game. If you find it in the soul, you can easily soul blast it and return it over and over and over again. It makes your condition to hit 4 different grades so easy.
Yeah.
And the art is so pretty. Then up next, 3 Bristol Galers. Might bump it up to 4. But I don't have a 4th FR, so oh well. A really good control card. It basically fixes your soul whenever you need it. It can retire cards from your opponent, draw conditional cards back. It's basically the way to keep tempo whenever you don't have the way to fully go ham with your opponent with 5 attacks. Then 1 Miroslava. Really love this art. The only reason why she's here is to fix my field. Especially later on when the M. Fausta promo comes out. Whenever I miss one or the other, call her, get it onto the field. I can also fetch Persona Right, but I may basically pay to fetch the field, since the soul is an extension of your hand in some capacity. Then, for the grade 2s, 1 Rising Dragon. Really love the art. Basically a card as a safety net. We can fetch a card in the soul, draw an additional card. We can fix the grades with it. Really easy, and it's a beat stick. I don't mind playing this in the early games just to poke. Sometimes in the late game, whenever I ran out of attackers, I can still use it, poke, fix the soul, continue playing the game. Because if you don't have the 4 cards in the soul, you basically break. 2 additional Terran Fractures. Same reason for the Rising Dragon. Only difference is it needs to hit. But what I do like about it is you can draw first and then choose which card you want to play into the soul. So if you have a tricky situation where you don't want to lose cards from your hand, this one is the preferred attacker. Otherwise, keep that one. Then for the main attacker of the deck, 4 Rockagores. For now, the best one. The promo comes later. Too bad Bushroad is not on time. It's such a... The only thing that lacks this card is your opponent has to be on grade 3 for both abilities. So 10k when I have 4 different cards in the soul till the end of turn. So it doesn't matter if you soul blast 4 afterwards. Whenever 4 cards are soul blasted, count as 1, restand. 20k beat stick or 30k with Persona Right. Very easy. Then for grade 1s. 1 Cheerleader. Maybe in the next format 2. Very easy card. Soul Blast 2, call grade 1 in the front row whenever your Vanguard is grade 3. Basically a way to fetch kitties, swirlers, or anything else you need to fix your field. Sometimes you miss a kit, the cat you want to have it on field. This one is basically a 5th version of the cat or the swirler. Then 2 Gungan Rams. Only reason why we play this is if you fetch it early game, we can already aggro. It's basically a trick I found from Jet, and this deck also can play it very efficiently. Most of the times you have more soul than you need, so you can do that. Then 4 swirlers. Too bad for the 3 papers, but the other ones are on the way. Yeah, they're stuck in limbo at this point. Kind of sad. It's already a month now.
They're just shy. They don't want to chill on deck profile.
I really want them. I need them for next month. Otherwise, that will be very lonely. Swirlers, very easy soul charge power. We all know what it does. It's a very easy way to create beat sticks. Sometimes you can play 2 behind each other and swing for 36 sometimes. It's very, very easy. Then the bread and butter of the deck, the cat. I only need to see 1, but the 1 is very necessary. Whenever I lack a grade in soul, I can choose a card from the drop zone, add it to the soul. This, in combination with Grifogila, is just always the requirement for the ability, and that's why you play it. Too bad it's expensive. Then 4 PGs, basically the order you need it. The other ones, I like it. For the triggers, and that's the kind of my funky aspect. 1 OT and 4 additional crits. You might want to choose bump it up to 8 crits, get more pressure. Since my Vanguard already has a crit on it, I don't mind lowering the crit amount in the deck, since the crit is already pressuring my opponent. And I found that the higher the number for my rear guards, the better the attacks succeed. And I don't mind playing the slow game and holding in every damage turn after turn. And to give more numbers, we run 3 front triggers and 4 draw triggers. The draw triggers, I have played 6 on 6, 6 crits, 6 draws for a while, and in the end I found that too much, but this it works for now. I think I might change it around a bit later, but the 4 draws will stay. And finally, the 4 heals, just because heals. I was thinking about playing the skill heals, but 50k consistently is a bit more valuable in this meta right now. So that's basically the deck in a nutshell. For plays and things you want to do with the deck, yeah. The main pattern right now is just Rockagore plus something else. Basically what you want to do is have something of a Rockagore plus a Ristal Galer or a Terran Fracture, or an additional Rockagore on board. That's basically what you want to swap between for your attackers. The Mira is very much an additional one for the Rock or for the Ristal, just to get it out on board. For the back row, for now, pretty easy. Depends on where you want to, but I'm switching between these three most of the times. Just, okay, behind the Vanguard if I want to be pressurize with my opponent more. Most of the times I choose for the cat behind the Vanguard since the Vanguard is really pressuring on itself, and most of the times they will PG, so higher numbers doesn't really matter for the Vanguard swing. For the Vanguard swing it's much easier to hit the higher numbers. So the Swirler will most of the times be behind my Vanguard. Basically for the attack pattern it's just swing first, then the Vanguard activate ability, restand. In a later evolution of the deck we might have a second restander, but she's not there yet, so oh well. Do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Rockagorus of the Ramstorm most of the time is just for the additional draw if I have the soul, and most of the times I do have the soul. It's easy to pick it off 2, 3, 4 times during the game. You might have some issues with decking out at some point, but haven't found that an issue yet. It did almost cost me the game with an OT, but yeah, oh well. Almost.
Very close, yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun game. OT was in the last 3 cards of the deck, 4 cards. So basically, yes, it's a very. I do think it's a very hard deck to pilot because you don't have a lot of hand size. You basically have to very early on have to check what you want to do with your guard value, with your attack patterns, with what you want to keep, what you want to discard. So that was something that I found quite interesting about the deck, but I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna pick it up for the rest of the season, I hope.
Yeah.
So when Set 10 comes out and the promo comes out soon, it will be at full power, and then we can do some funky stuff. For addition, I think there are a few cards that I might wanna play at some point. Clean sweeps. There are some, clean sweeps.
Triggered.
That's not Unica, but when the promo comes out, we have more room for Counterblast since Rockagore will be lowered. Although it's great to have 5 attacks, I prefer to have 4 attacks and one thing that can have a gimmick, like retire something, recycle something. Well, this one calls, but one of the gimmicks I want to try and test is the clean sweeps, just because it can remove cards from the board that cannot be retired, which is great in the Eva match. Sometimes opponents have annoying cards on the board that can swing and pressurize every turn. Just pick it to the soul, bye-bye. Only Dark States that can get them out. So this is something I do want to make room for in a later stage of the deck, but for now I wasn't able to find it. And most of the times I discarded the card anyway, since it didn't really work out. So yeah, that's basically the deck for now. Within 2 to 3 weeks the deck will change completely again. Then we go full mask or not. I have some ideas about the regular version, since there's an order card coming out that can recycle your soul. You have the trigger sacker, which is perfect for the deck. Like, if I need it, I can sack it on top. If I don't need it, pitch in the soul. Every card in the soul is an additional card I can use for Gungaram, for anything else that makes plays. So yeah, I'm very curious what the next edition of the deck will be.
How about the over trigger?
Yeah, we will skip that one fast actually. Unless you pull him early game, it's not really much of a value card. I think the new red one is so much better. You don't mind having an extra attack because you don't have a restanding Vanguard. Your Vanguard already presses for crit.
Yeah.
The only thing it really does is, okay, your kill turn is a bit more kill, but the moment that they take your Vanguard, you're already in a position where you can win. So it's basically a win more card at some point. So I think this Pretty Boy will lose its spot in the deck, unfortunately, but oh well. I do like the art, it's so amazing.
The art is good. Yeah.
Art is good.
Both of them. Alright guys, that was actually it for the deck. If you have any questions about the deck, let us know. If you want to see the deck in action, we could also do that.
Maybe 2 weeks or so, and don't have much time left. Or yes, we can also do that.
Yeah, so thank you again for watching. Thank you for tuning in our channel. Thanks Chris for the deck profile.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we'll see you next time.
See you around. Bye bye.